No.
Hi, and welcome to Mechanical Keyboards Live. I'm your host, skiwithpete. And I put my hat back on. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. Today we're going to be building a TKL kit. That's this thing here. But before we get to that, Steph needs to wrap around and find some. Did you find them?
I don't know.
Yes. Steph is finding some screws.
No.
Nuts. She's finding nuts. I got my skiwithpete hat on. Oh, wait. It goes this way. It goes this way. This way. Skiwithpete. Welcome to the show, everybody. Steffi is here. Rezi is here. Lovri is here. JB1830 is in the house. Euphorical was here earlier. Don't know if he's still here. Mange HD, what's up? Welcome to the show, everybody. Let's get ready to keyboard. I wonder if I'll get sued for that, actually. Huh. Let's start with this week's giveaway. The giveaway is in the About section below. It comes with a 1-up sticker, another 1-up sticker, a mechanicalkeyboards.com sticker, an oilkb.com sticker, a Cooler Master sticker, and 2 cool stickers from Hungerworks Studio. It also comes with this premium keycap puller from which is a subdivision of Holly Oops. It's pretty cool. And this, the 60% PCB from Gone and 1-Up Keyboards. Look at how beautiful this thing is. I'm going to action camera this just because it's... You got to. I mean, look at it. Damn! ROHS gold. Look at that. All these gold bits on it. It's ROHS, so you can rub it, then lick your fingers, even though I wouldn't recommend you do that. But it is lead-free, and it's got that awesome 1-Up Keyboards logo on the front of it. What do you guys think of that? Pretty dope, right? Well, you can be in to win that and this and these stickers if you go to this month's giveaway. I was going to call it this week's, but it's too big a giveaway for a week. So we're going to do this all the month of January. This board. Sweet. Go to the gleam.io link and sign up. We need to get up to 100 subscribers on the 1-Up Keyboards channel. Need to do that. We're at 77 or so. Just need to get it to 100 so that we can unlock some of the things to that channel to anyways, we need to get there. That's what we need to do. Okay, that was the first thing. Is this? Damn, I just dropped all the stickers. That is up first. Damn. Yeah, I picked up all the stickers and put them back over on this. Damn, I dropped one again. Over on the chair. That's first. Number 2, don't forget, we are in full 4K. I know you guys love it when I press the explosion button, so I'm just going to do that right now. Ready for that? We're in full 4K. You ready? Ready, and 4K. Don't forget to press like. Don't forget to press subscribe. The more likes this show gets, the more people get to come and join it. Blah, blah, blah. You know what to do. You've seen this show before. You've been here before. You pressed like before. You're going to press like again. Pete needs 800 more for 30K. Really? Huh. That's pretty cool. That's pretty sweet. I'm going to put my hat back on backwards because it's just easier to, see my face and stuff. Okay.
Here.
Sweet. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Alright, we'll need that for later. But before we move on, let's check this out. 193. That is the total we got to last time. This gets a little mucked up, so I'm just going to get it back to the way it was. We're at $193 of the $450 for a 4K 360 camera, so you guys can take a look around. That'll be cool. I got to say hello to everybody else who's here, by the way. Oh, drop a pen. Just going to put this back for a moment. Let me give some more shout outs. Gert Tractor is here. Panzer Bjorn. Felix So. Dr. Doomapple, Disco Frog, Steffi, I think I already said what's up. Rezi, I think I already said what's up. What's up, what's up? Welcome to the show. Let's get this going. We're at 33 viewers with 16 likes. Let's get back to this for one more second. This, I'm saving up to buy a 4K camera. Is that right? Yeah, 4K 360 camera, so you guys can take a look around. Yo, yo, yo. The ability to contribute to this comes through two different methods. One, you can buy me a cup of coffee in the About section below. You can do that with the PayPal link down there. Or you can use Super Chat if you're here on the live stream. Use Super Chat. Your name will get pumped up on screen and all that. It'll be super cool. Give me just one sec. My phone just went a little crazy. Oh, people are pressing like. People are pressing subscribe because they've joined this week's giveaway, which I just went through over there. I'm gonna do it in 1 second. Geo Straber. I had to postpone my Beam Spring restoration, if you still remember that. Oh yeah, a little bit. What was I gonna say? I lost my train of consciousness. My string of consciousness, my train of thought. My string of trains. I've lost them all. Okay. Let's get on to the build. This is a switch tuning plate. I'll use that to help build what I'm up to. This is the middle for the keyboard. I'll get to that later. Before I need to get to that, these are the feet and the screws that I'm going to be using. I'll get to that later. These are the stabilizers. We'll need those not too long from now. These are the switches I'm going to be using. Yep, this is the PCB I'm going to be building on. This is the Gone Nerd PCB. This is the TKL version. It's not the one in the giveaway. The one in the giveaway is a 60%. This is the TKL, as you can see there. That's pretty sweet, and I'll need those clear stabilizers for it in a minute. These are the carbon fiber plates that I'll be building with today. It is real carbon fiber indeed. I'm just going to leave those off to the side there so you can see them. And then under here are black PBT keycaps. These are just the standard 87 keycap set that we do on oneupkeyboards.com. For those of you who don't know, I'm the owner of One Up Keyboards. Check out my hoodie. Got the One Up Keyboards black on gray hoodie. These are limited availability. In fact, they're not available at all, are they? If you want one, you basically have to email us by the end of the stream. Otherwise, they're all going to disappear because they're up to something a little bit different. We're going to get to that in a bit. Fix Eve says, yo, Ski with Pete, I bought a K70 and it has a springy ping noise when I rapidly press the key. Do all brown switches do this? Do all metal backplates? Okay, so what happens, and the reason that happens is as the switch springs back up to the top, it actually makes a noise. Well, these don't. Well, actually they do. These are silent switches, but you can still hear it. When it bounces back up against the top, it's got a noise. And that noise resonates on the metal board. So that's actually the cause of the springing, the tinniness, the fling, 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 pingy noise. It can't actually be avoided. But you can make it sound better by buying a carbon fiber top plate and, either using silent switches or actually that's the only choice really. If you use silent, you can minimize the noise, or if you use a carbon fiber plate, you can change the noise so that the noise sounds richer and deeper. That's actually the beauty of using a carbon fiber plate set, is the noise that it makes comes out really rich and deep. Let me just show you. I've got a pre-made TKL over here. This is one of my boards actually. But you notice there's no tinny noise because it's not tin. It's a really nice board. This is Lube Gateron Reds. Anyways, just putting that back over to the side here. Okay. Nice and Creamy's in the house. What's going on, Nice and Creamy? It feels like it's been a long time. I hope you're well. I am just going to find this. Okay, so I need 87 keys for my TKL, but today I think I only have 74 of these, so I'm only going to grab 74 from here, and then I've got to go over and grab a couple more from somewhere else. But these were sent to me by Cherry, directly by Cherry. And so they have an unusual feature in that they actually come with this, which is a diode. So I've got to crack each one of these open and then remove that diode because it is not required for this build. Not only is it not required, it's not possible to build with it. So just going to open that up like that. You can see inside here. You can see, and actually if you've never seen it before, sorry, let me just put something in behind it so that it focuses. Focus. You know what? I'm gonna do the magic focus thing, and I'm gonna actually focus it properly. So give me just 1 second. Configure video. You guys can't see what I'm doing, but I lost it in behind this window. There we go. There we go. Now you can see it. Okay. Sorry that took so long, but we got it. In fact, I'm going to move this window over just so I... What's that? What are those? What are those?
They're from Jonathan's.
Why didn't Jonathan use them? What happened to Jonathan? What?
I think these were extras. Remember he just went on a little opening spree and had pulled out too many from the package?
Sweet. I'll use some of those. Okay, let's get back to this for a second. I'm sorry, guys. I got distracted. Sweet. I will use those. Do you want to build some?
No.
Perfect. Why don't you go build?
Here.
Okay, look. Let's get back to this. Okay, this is what a silent looks like on the inside. And as you can see here, this little part right there, this little plastic notch on the top, and these two little notches on the bottom. Can you see those little notches? The little like white bits? Those are the things that make this a silent switch. So if you've never seen that before, that is actually how you make a silent switch. You can see it's quivering ever so slightly just because of, it's afraid. It's because I got it naked. Okay, but in here, you can see, you'll see in a second. In here, you see this? This is the diode. Bless me. That's the diode. I don't need the diode in there, but otherwise these are unmodified. So I'm just going to slot that back inside of there. Get this all nice and lined up. Panzer Bjorn says, say hi to Steph.
Hey.
Steph says, hey. And that is one switch off to the side. JB, she revealed my true name. Did she call you JB on the stream? You should do a big switch build, skiwithpete. Yeah, that would be fun, wouldn't it? Lubing those silents, no anchor bait. I'm not planning to lube these. Sorry, just catching up to the chat a little bit. I haven't really been paying that much attention. But you know what? Before I get too far into these, because now that one's finished, I want to see what JB left behind. What did you do with those switches?
He did his
Oh.
build.
No, I'm sorry. I couldn't find them.
Sit on the side.
Those look like springs. These look like bases. Oh yeah, man, I'll put a bunch of these together to start with. Easy peas. Okay. So we want them all to be lined up like this. Like this. For those of you who haven't already seen it, JB did a recent live stream while I was at work, actually. just before Christmas. And you guys can go and check that out. As you guys will notice, there's a lot of mods that hang out in my live stream. The reason I have so many mods is that if you come back a couple times and you've been hanging around and you're a member of the community, then you'll be modded too. Basically, we're all people who are just enthusiastic about building mechanical keyboards, customizing and personalizing them. And once you've been around for a while, you too can become a mod. My mods, there are literally dozens of them, if not hundreds of them, that hang around on this channel, and all of them come with a certain level of expertise. So if you have any questions about mechanical keyboards, or about building your own keyboard, or about what keyboard you should buy, or what good value is, or...
And that's from all around the world, too.
What's that?
They're all from all around the world.
They are from all around the world, which is amazing. So even if you have a question in your own language, you may find that one of the mods here is able to help. So with all that said, thank you to the mods for being here and for doing what it is you do. Flovree says, Pete, do you want a poem? I'm going to let you guys answer that. Do I want a poem? I think I probably do want a poem, but I'm going to let you guys decide. Don't forget, today's live stream is broadcast in full 4K. Full 4K means that you can watch it in up to 4K resolution. And when it comes to things like the solder cam and the action cam, that you get an awesome view. For those of you who don't know, I'm live in New York City right now. One Up Keyboards, which, as I've said before, I'm the owner of, is based here in New York, out of our tiny one-bedroom apartment here in Manhattan. So, if you'd like to look around the apartment and see a bit more, remember that you can contribute to this week's, it's not this week's, it's until we hit the 450 goal, the 360 4K camera, which I'm saving up for. Oh, something just fell off the desk. Alrighty. Felexo says, I'm from Montreal. Oh, Steph and I are both Canadians as well. From Ottawa, yeah.
So it's currently 19, feels like 12 Fahrenheit here. Or you could say it's -7 and feels like -11 Celsius.
Pretty damn cold. Can you guys hear Steph okay, or should she turn her microphone on?
No, I'm not turning the microphone on.
Steph doesn't like her microphone. She claims to be allergic to microphones. It's not a real thing. But RGB allergy is real. It's not that I'm actually allergic to RGB, it's just that I have taste. Gert Tractor says, do you sell many keyboards locally? Yeah, quite a number actually. Because we live in a apartment building, we have doormen who look after the front door, and oftentimes we leave keyboard bits for people.
Orders.
JB1830 rocking it with $7 puts us up to the 200 mark. And his quote is, I promise I'll always read out exactly what's said in those. And it says, I just wanted to round that up to 200. Well, yes, sir. I will round it up. We're at 200 to 450, which is, we are 20/45ths of the way. How can you reduce that fraction? Divide both by 5. So we would be 4/9. We're 4/9 of the way there, guys. We're 4/9 of the way there. See that? High school math paid off. Love it. All right. Get aboard the hype train. For those of you who are new to the stream, please remember to leave a comment just to say that you're new and that it's your first time here. If you're not new and haven't pressed subscribe, please do press subscribe. If you are new and press subscribe, that would be awesome too. And don't forget, the more people who press like, the more people get to come join the show. That's just how the YouTube algorithm works, and that's why I'm so annoying by reminding everybody to smash like every few minutes. Rahul Pillay is here. What's going on, Rahul? Cool, cool, cool. In Croatia, you learned that in the 7th grade. My God. Here, in Canada, we had to be at least 18 to learn how to use a fraction. At least. You don't want anybody to be fractionalizing underage. Mm-hmm. It's not funny? It sounds funny to me. All right. So those of you who don't know, look at how foggy that is. Let me just, sorry, I just need to straighten this. And then I'm going to do S. And then I'm going to. So each of these switches now, normally when you build a keyboard kit, you don't need to open each and every switch. But like I say, because these are so unique and came directly from Cherry's factory in Germany, you do actually need to do it. Again, it's pretty rare that you would need to do this, but you can see the switch is pretty simple. It's broken down into four parts rather. It's got a bottom, which looks like, and then I shot a spring on the floor. I'm just going to put this spring back. It's got a bottom, which looks like this. That's the bottom part, which has the metal contact in it. Those are the things I've pushed into the plate. It's got a spring, as you can see, these little springy bits. It's got what's called a stem. There's a little stem bit. This is a silent stem, so you can see it's got the little white soft bits on it. You put that right on the top there. You put the little legs towards the side that has the contact, and then it's got the top. And you can see here is a top. And the top has a front and a back. There's the end that has the LED possibility on it. That goes away from the gold switch part. So you can see in this example, it would be like this. And all I would do is just capture the top here. Whoa. Capture the stem. And then clip that on. And then you are back to a fully working Switch. Now, some of you out there might think that I'm a little bit crazy for opening up a Cherry MX Silent and then putting the stock spring and stock stem no lube back in there. But I tell you what, I did this with, I did a Gateron build. I took the Cherry stems and I put a custom spring and this slider inside of a Gateron housing, and I really badly want to see what it's like inside of a Cherry housing. I'm really keen to see that, so that's why I'm doing that. So I'm going back to factory the way that Cherry intended it originally, and I will let you guys know how that goes. I just think the pure experience is probably worth a real go here. Alrighty. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to keep going across here. I'm actually making this keyboard for a friend of mine, so I hope when he sees this that he is amazed and astonished at the detail that I'm going through. Oh, gotta be careful about dropping these things. How many of these are on this board? 30? I gotta pull out some more stems here. Seems like there's some stabilizer bits in here. I'm not really sure why those are in there. Whoops. Again, you just want the little legs. You see, this has those little pointy bits on the front. You just want those facing towards the gold connector. So in this case, that's that direction. Oh, I got the number right. Spot on. All right, and now all I'm going to do is grab some of the top housings here. Get O Fix Eve asks, at Ski with Pete, how did you get into building keyboards, building electronics in general? Now, that is an interesting question, and it's kind of got a long answer, so I hope that you'll follow along, even though it's a little bit long-winded. All right, so I'd like to take you back to 2010. in 2010, I was living in New Zealand, and I'd long imagined this project that I wanted to do since I was 16, which was to build a alarm clock that I wanted to build an alarm clock that played music on cue. Now, when I was 16, the way that would have looked would have been a CD alarm clock, and I didn't have a CD alarm clock. But what I did was I built a stereo to switch on at just the right moment, and I found this autoplay feature on a little portable CD player, and I basically fashioned it myself. But ever since then, I kind of had this dream that for MP3s that I could build an alarm clock that would... I'm going to run you through it again. I want to build an alarm clock that plays MP3s off of my network. That's basically the thing that inspires all of this madness. Okay, so how do I get there? I'm living in New Zealand, and I don't know how to program, and I don't know how to do electronics. I know nothing. And I hear about this technology that's coming called the Raspberry Pi. So I thought this would be the perfect opportunity for me to learn how to code and to start building electronics. So as the Raspberry Pi is coming at some point in the future, I start to download and play with Linux, because I know that the Raspberry Pi is going to be Linux based, and I don't know much about Linux. So I start like this journey into Linuxing. While I'm doing that, and I'm trying to like figure out how to do Python, while I'm doing that, I find out that the Raspberry Pi also has GPIOs, and the GPIOs are going to let me turn on a light. So I think my perfect alarm clock would play a song and turn on a light. So I'm like, okay, this is what I need to do. Now, at the time I was living in New Zealand. I don't know if you know, but New Zealand is a very small island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. And when I ordered the parts came in pretty slowly. So the Raspberry Pi arrived in, and I found out how to program the GPIO using Python. And that's actually one of the first electronics videos that I made for YouTube, because I was trying to explain to the guy who sat beside me next to me at work how I was going to turn on a light. I couldn't explain it with words because I didn't know the right words. So I just showed him the video of this switch relay turning on. That was the first Python program I ever wrote, and it's now open source. You can see I've done like 5 or 6 follow-up videos on that. On that relay video. And again, because I was living in New Zealand, right, like I bought the thing and I got it to switch on. I could only get an 8-channel relay at the time because somebody in New Zealand had that. They didn't have single-channel relays. So I was just like, okay, I'll get the 12 or the 8-channel relay. I'll build it up. And then I got this other use for it, which was to turn on lights up a driveway. We bought a house in New Zealand and decided to light up the driveway. And so then I built this outdoor light relay. And again, I'm like building it and getting all the pieces in the right place. But while I'm building it, I actually got a 2-channel relay because I'd ordered all these parts and pieces and they take months to arrive. So the 2-channel relay arrives and I'm holding it in my hand and I'm thinking like, what can I do with a 2-channel relay? I thought, oh, I could make a garage door opener. So then I made the garage door opener video that kind of made Ski with Pete the channel that it is, what it is. So that video, which I think has 500,000 hits or something, that video really got me switched on to YouTube and using programming to solve these kinds of problems. Okay, so then flash forward, because now I have got like 3 or 4 Raspberry Pis. I mean, the difficulty of ordering them was compounded not only by the distance between New Zealand and everywhere else, but also the limited availability of Raspberry Pis when they first came out. So after a while, I've gotten multiple Pis, I've got multiple of these relays, and I've made multiple videos, and the videos do different things. I turn on lights, I turn off lights, I open garage doors, and I'm building my alarm clock in phases, because then I use the Raspberry Pi and Linux to build a server. You can again find that NAS server in my archive. Blah, blah, blah. Bought a shitty soldering iron. Had to return it because it was so shitty. Ended up buying a really expensive one like this Hacko, which is why I always tell people to buy Hackos. Progress. The YouTube channel is doing well. People are really enjoying my Raspberry Pi videos. Then we got a job offer here in New York City. So because the YouTube channel was growing quickly at the time, people were asking me like regular general computing questions. But because I was living in New York and I don't own this apartment, and I don't have all the opportunities that I did have for physical computing, I kind of was looking around for something else to get into. But the people on the YouTube channel had been asking me general computing questions like, hey, you seem to know a lot about computers. What sort of monitor do you recommend that I buy? And I'm like, I don't know. And what sort of keyboard and mouse should I buy? And I'm like, I don't know. Maybe I'll do a video about a keyboard. So, you know, I saved up a bit of money. I think I saved up like $80, and I decided to buy a Cooler Master because I did all the research. You know, I was used to living in New Zealand, where at the, you know, like I say, things were really difficult to get your hands on. I remember I saved up for a while, and thought this is the one I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get this Cooler Master. So, anyways, I get the Cooler Master in. I did my first ever video about mechanical keyboards, and I'm saying like I did all the right stuff here. I did all the research. I went to the right places. I found out I wanted tactile, and to get tactile in the Cooler Master, what I had to do was go for the Cherry MX Brown, and I got it, and I got some brand new keycaps, some PBT keycaps, which I heard were the best, and I start smashing on it. I'm like, you know what? This thing isn't that good. And like I made this video, and I was really hyped about it, and I thought it was cool, but I was using it at work, and I was like, it's kind of gross. It's kind of the grossest thing that I've ever used. Actually, it wasn't grosser than a lot of the membranes that I'd used, but it was just like, it just wasn't that good. Okay, so it's not that good. So then I asked Steph if she could get me, because the tactile Bumpin' Browns isn't that good. It's just kind of a dirty red, as they say. I asked Steph if she would get me for Christmas a Poker 2 with Cherry MX clears. And I was like, whoa, this is going to be awesome. So, Cherry MX clears come in, and I got it for Christmas, and we were home at Christmas, and my dad gave us for Christmas an antique sewing machine. This like crazy awesome antique sewing machine. It's like from the 1950s, but it's super rad. And so I made myself a sleeve for my little Poker 2. And Steph took a look at my sleeve. Do I have that sleeve?
I have no idea where
I might still have that sleeve.
So where is it?
It's over here somewhere, isn't it? Yeah, boom! So good. So good. So I whipped out the thing, and I made this sleeve. Can you see that? It's got like, I'm sweating. I gotta take off my hoodie. Give me a sec. Oh, damn. So I made this sleeve, and you can see like it's pretty rough, and I just tapered the corners, and I found a shoelace, and I was like, totally, this is an awesome sleeve. And look, I mean, it's like padded and stuff, and I was like, this sleeve is dope. Because at the time you could only buy these really thin, crappy sleeves. Anyways, Steph took a look at this and went like, no, you can't have that. You need a better sleeve. And so then we went to the fabric store here in Manhattan and bought about $40 worth of fabric. And so I've told this story before. With the $40 worth of fabric, Steph makes this keyboard sleeve for me, and it's amazing. It's like waterproof. It's got this really awesome thick fleece on the inside of it, and like, you know, that bought us a yard of fabric. And Steph made, I think you made 3 prototypes. And then the 4th one, I was like, this is so good. This is so much better than anything else that you can find in the keyboard world. You got to put it up on Mech Market. And the deal was you got to put it up. Just one. Put one up on Mech Market, and we'll see if it sells. And of course, it sold, and that becomes One Up Keyboards. And then, of course, you know, we were pretty straight up. Just we're selling sleeves in order to fuel the habit, and that's exactly what I did. I went and bought another. I bought a kit, but at the time, it was different than it is today. At the time, you couldn't just buy the parts and pieces you wanted to build a keyboard. You literally had to wait until a group buy came along that would get you one of the pieces. So, you know, there was a guy who could get switches direct from Germany, cherry switches. There was another guy who could get plates cut, and he was getting plates cut like every 6 months, and he needed to join a group buy. And the group, some people got screwed over in the group buys, and we just said, you know what? One Up Keyboards is growing so much with the sleeves that what we can do is we can use a little bit of our profit. Instead of buying more keyboard bits just for me, we can buy keyboard bits and regulate this flow so that anybody can buy a mechanical keyboard kit anytime they want to, just by going to our website. And that was kind of the story of it. And then I thought, you know, because I built that original keyboard on Livestream, just to share with everybody my experience and how much fun it was, and all those parts and pieces, I thought, you know what, I will keep doing this, and I'll share some more builds, and we'll get some more parts, and we'll do some different things. And yeah, ultimately that's how we ended up where we are today. So, you know, my programming and soldering knowledge are both, let's be honest, extremely limited. You know, I don't like pretend that I'm some sort of amazing coder. In fact, a guy in New Zealand who I showed my original prototype of my alarm clock to, he described me as a hacker. He said, you're a hacker because what you'll do is you're going to try to figure this out, and you're just going to hack away at it until you get it done. And I said, yep, that's what I'm going to do. And he said, that's actually truly what a hacker is. So I'm genuinely self-taught when it comes to programming. And yeah, I'm self-taught when it comes to, I say self-taught when it comes to soldering and electronics, but actually I'm not. I'm taught by YouTube. And the more YouTube helps me, the more I try to help the people of YouTube do their thing too. And that's really all it is. That's really all it is. And of course, along the way, so many adventures and so much fun. And of course, Steph has started her own YouTube channel, and One Up Keyboards has grown a lot, and Ski with Pete has grown a lot. And the whole thing is just taught me so many valuable lessons and so much interesting stuff. And I've met so many cool people in the keyboarding community, and releasing that code. I know when I first told people that I was going to release code for the alarm clock, they were like, good luck. There's so many open source projects. No one will ever look at it. No one will ever see it. And of course, I'm lucky today to have multiple contributors to the alarm clock project, and to maintain that on GitHub. That's amazing. And, if everything goes to plan, there may be some good news in 2018 in terms of finding a different place to live here in New York, and maybe being able to return to some of those computing origins for the channel. That's definitely stuff I'm looking forward to doing. So that was a long-winded story about how I got started in the whole keyboard thing, but hopefully it gives you some, not just indication, but shed some light on kind of the why and where things have come from, and why they are the way they are, what this YouTube channel is about, how I got here. And like I say, when I really uploaded that video for my friend with the 8-channel relay, I of course had no ambitions that the channel would turn into what it's turned into today. I didn't even know that such a thing would be possible. I've just been learning and growing and learning and growing along the way. And that's why my original, because I was a ski instructor, my original ski channel that nobody was watching eventually turned into an electronics channel that now, how close are we now to, let me look here, 29,210. So we're 790 away from 30,000. I mean, like I say, if you told me at the start of that story that that's where we were going to be, I would have said you were crazy. But equally, it's just been an absolutely fun and absolutely enjoyable. I don't want to say mission. I don't even know how to describe it. It's just been a ride. It's just been an absolute ride. Yeah, an adventure. That's a good way of describing it, I think. And along the way, I've learned a lot about electronics. I've learned a lot about really, really small things like these Cherry switches and the company that underlies them. And, I've changed the way I work at work, too, because, with my passion for keyboards and the way they feel, I've learned that I need to be able to type better, and actually typing better makes me better at my job. And so, one leads into the other, and the whole thing's really cool in the end. Speaking of that, I just see somebody's mentioned there the One Up Keyboards Discord channel. Don't forget to join in there. You can hang out with us after the show. During the week, I like to check in there on everybody and see how everybody's going, if there's any comments or questions. Big shout out to Flayrad, by the way. Flayrad, that was awesome. The help that you gave to the person with the Sweet 16, that was epic. Really, it's people like you who make this keyboard community something special. So thank you very much. BM McWirt is in the house. McWirt, oh boy, have I got a thing for you. I got to show off the thing that I got from Brian in a little bit. I'm really excited about that. We'll get to that shortly. And don't forget, I know, we still got 36 watching with 31 likes. If you haven't already smashed that like button, please do so now. But we've also got this week's giveaway, which I haven't had a chance to feature on the show here very much, except in the first few minutes. I know there's tons of new people who've joined since. But don't forget to go check in the About section for the link to this week's, it's not this week's, it's this month's giveaway. Anyways, yeah, so as I go, I keep learning and keep discovering and keep seeing things. And I've had the opportunity now to go to the YouTube space 3 times. And I've learned that doing stuff like reminding people to press like and press subscribe actually does help your numbers, because people forget. And, I forget too. I go watch a channel that I really enjoy, and I don't press like or subscribe, and I totally should, and so that's why I keep mentioning it. That's been fascinating, and that too has been an amazing journey. So, learning about small business with One Up Keyboards, learning about vlogging and streaming, and all those things. My God, it's been fun. And then, of course, the frustrations too, which I hope you'll understand that I'm just a human. When somebody says something mean about either a member of the community or about what I'm trying to do, or I do take it pretty personally, because this has been a real personal journey for me, and I hope that you guys will understand that I'm just a human being. I never set out really to fulfill the role that I've kind of been dropped into, which in a lot of ways is representative of the mechanical keyboard community. I'm not really, I'm probably not. I didn't set out with that goal, is what I'm going to say. But I will try to do my best upholding it now and into the future. That is kind of a long-winded apology for a flip out that I had not long ago. But I get that some people weren't around as long as me and don't understand why we do things the way we do them, but that's why. Jesper Lundqvist is in the house. What's going on, man? Ginron, what's going on here? Me and GHD. My phone is absolutely flipping out, so I'm just going to take 1 second off camera here to go share that with Steph and just get her to look through my phone and see if anything. And of course, as the mechanical keyboard, I'm just going to keep going on that story. Steph, can you take a quick look, see if there's anything important that's come up? As the channel continues to grow, of course, I'm getting more and more interest from people outside of the mechanical keyboard community. I've done recent phone reviews. I get to get my hands on technology early. It's been... Damn, I just shot that across the room. It's been really cool. And like I say, for somebody who didn't go to school for electronics or engineering or anything like that, it's been absolutely a fascinating journey and discovery for me. Oscar Hernandez, how do you like those Xandas? Yeah, the Xandas are the best, man. In my humble opinion, they are the best of the best. Xandas are a combination of Zelios stems and Panda housings. And the Panda housings, I found out a little bit about this week. I can't share it. It is a secret that I'm not to share. But I found out why they make things more tactile than other things, and I have been cleared in the future to share that information, but not as yet. And now I know why they're the better than everybody else. It really is an amazing little discovery, an amazing little thing. So there is real keyboard science to why that's happened. And speaking of keyboard science, along this journey, I have to give a big shout out to Ripster. Ripster really supported One Up Keyboards from the start. He really made an effort to help us be recognized for what it was that we were doing, trying to stabilize a very volatile and untrustworthy part of the community. And yeah, it's been super. Yeah, I know Xandas should be called Zeldas. I like that idea too. I can't get these two things apart here. There we go. Yeah, you should try Holy Pandas. I'd love to get my hands on Halo switches. But again, these are some of the weird results out of being, you know, because I own 1UP keyboards and I'm also a guy who just, you know, streams and reviews a lot of keyboards. Certain individuals and certain companies really don't, they don't like me and they won't let me touch their gear, or they'll specifically ask me not to, which is an amazing thing, right? Start out a YouTube channel to help spread the keyboard love, and next thing you know, yeah, not so much. But of course, 1UP Keyboards is very fortunate to also have keyboards now inside of Micro Center, which is pretty amazing when you think about where it was that we started just a couple years ago. Yeah.
Here. Comment.
Yeah. Good luck dividing that total by anything now.
$11.
$11 donation just came in. Thank you very much to Andreas. It came in via PayPal. Thank you again. Don't forget, you guys can contribute to the show via PayPal or via Super Chat. This one just came in that way, and it's for $11. So we're at 211. And the challenge on that note was, good luck dividing that by anything. 211 out of 450. It is... Well, guys, I have great news. We are 211 out of 450 of the way there. 211 450ths of the way there. Yes. I've done it. Knew that I could. Knew that I would. 211 450ths. Boom. Thank you very much. I very much appreciate that, Panzer Bjorn. That's awesome. Wait, what? Why don't people like you using certain things? Because, look, a lot of people really like it. You look at Varmillo, they say, we don't sell Varmillo stuff on 1UP keyboards, but I'm honest and unbiased in my opinion, and I'll tell you when I really like one of their keyboards or really dislike one of their keyboards. Actually, I haven't disliked any of their keyboards yet, but I mean, I've really liked everything that they've sent me so far, but they really like it. Smaller companies, too, like OLKB and mechanicalkeyboards.com, they both send me keyboards to review as well. Other places like Input Club don't, JChan doesn't, Originative, I had to buy the Tada 68. But, you know, I totally get that. We're a small company, too. It's very difficult. A lot of people have asked if we can send them keyboards. Sometimes it's students, sometimes it's other influencers, and it's very difficult to do. Being a small business is extremely difficult because you've constantly got to worry about how much money is in the bank, how much stock you've got flowing through the company. It's a tricky little thing, and how much time you've got to dedicate to it as well. But, you know, going to meetups and meeting all the peeps, going to KeyCon and meeting all the geek hackers, you know, because I decided early on that I was going to have to divide my time wisely, and I decided that I would just focus on Reddit rather than geek hackers. But, you know, the geek hack community is pretty damn cool, and I do go check their website as often as I can, but it's difficult for me with a demanding job and this channel and the small business to be able to keep up with those guys. And so you'll probably notice that I'm pretty quiet on Geek Hack and on Desk Authority, even though I like Desk Authority despite the fact that we were nominated for... what were we nominated for? Yeah. Most expensive keyboarding company or something. But we lost to Zeal. No, we lost to Massdrop. But Zeal, I think, was runner-up. But I like Zeal. I think Zeal's cool. He provides an awesome service to the community. I love the switches that come out of... We sell them on one-up keyboards. That's not why I love them, but I'm just saying I really do. I do like all that stuff. That's Steph. Is this camera a little bit out of focus? It is a little bit out of focus. There goes Steph. Just a reminder, we're at 29,210 subscribers. If you haven't already smashed that subscribe button, please do so now. Also, if you can, press subscribe. If you're not watching in full 4K, you're missing out because we are in full 4K. The other thing that I'm going to do, not just the 360 camera, there are more investments coming than just that. The other thing I'm going to do is get back onto Twitch. That's a big goal for 2018 is get back on Twitch, and it's definitely something I need to work on, and I will be working on in the very near future. But also, there's some major changes coming to this channel with one-up keyboards having its own channel. This channel is going to go through some fairly dramatic changes. And the first change that you're going to notice is that there may not be, in fact, there won't be a new video being released on Saturday morning. This will be the first time in almost 3 years that I will miss a Saturday morning video. Just got to allocate my time, just got to think about where it's going and what I'm up to. And in order to make more and better content, I need to not release as much shit as I've been releasing. So you'll notice that my battery video was a video about a battery, and it was bad. I also did a really crappy one about a tablet, which I didn't even say anything about the tablet just because I was ripping through it so quick, just because I knew the edit had to be quick. So I'm going to change the way that I make content on this show, and I'm going to try to get back to making stuff that's useful rather than just making stuff. So that's going to be a shift for 2018. Oscar Hernandez, not sure if you remember, but a couple of people a couple months ago sent you a render of my personal keyboard that I wanted to make. Thanks to some people, I will receive it in 2 weeks. Dude, that's awesome. Don't be shy about letting us know how it turns out, too. Showing us pictures and everything when it comes out next week. That's awesome. This keyboard community, like if you don't need to be into electronics and 3D molding and those sorts of things in order to get some pretty cool stuff out of this community. It's just fun to be part of it, and yeah, in the end, you could make your own dream keyboard just with the parts and pieces that you can find around, and members of the community, you can do it. Alco says, oh, I put the plastic bag right in front of my face. Alco says, how much did you pay your Rode mic? I actually have 2 different mic setups. So there's 2 here you can see. One is this Rode mic, which actually attaches to camera 2. I don't know if you can... No, this is pretty fixed. Let me see if I can turn it just a little bit. Is that better? So you can see this is camera 2 over here. This isn't currently on. Camera 2 is a pain in the butt to set up, and it only does 720p. This is the thing that I'm going to be fixing as we move forward and onto Twitch. This Rode mic attaches directly into the side of that to give it better audio quality, because the audio quality that comes out of this Sony Handycam sucks. If you watch any of my original videos, you'll see the Sony camera. You'll be able to hear how crappy it really is. Okay, so that's camera 2 that's not currently on, and that's this microphone. The other microphone that I have set up is this one right here, which is the AT2020. And you can see I've got a pop filter in front of it. This is my AT2020. This microphone is actually hooked up to a Scarlett 2i2, and then that goes directly into my computer. So this Rode mic, I think it was around $100. Maybe it was less. Maybe it was $50. I really can't remember. This AT2020 was $120, and the Scarlett 2i2 I think was around $125 as well. Maybe a little more actually. Maybe a little north of that. But this is just part of the setup. So you can see this thing that you can see here. This is actually the monitor. So I'm looking at the stream here. You're not going to be able to see much of that, but that's my monitor that I've got in portrait mode. Down here is the keyboard. There's my keyboard there, and the mouse is just beside that. That's how I run the basic amounts of the stream. But also, this is my selfie cam. I'll just go over to this. Is my big selfie cam. This is my selfie cam. There's another monitor. So that first monitor that you saw is just over here. That first one, and then I have another monitor that's actually over here. So that's how I look at the chats and everything. Ginron says, at skiwithpete, are you interested in speakers and headphones? Definitely. I've reviewed a lot of headphones through this channel. I wouldn't call myself necessarily an audiophile, but given the job that I have, I do spend a lot of time in recording studios and that sort of thing. And I can tell you, yeah, I know a little bit about headphones and speakers. Typically, it's about proportional to the amount of money that you spend on them. But yeah, if you have any other questions about speakers and headphones, I can answer. You know, the thing that I've really learned through the speaker and headphone review is that Amazon rankings, like #1 profile, has a lot more to do with giving stuff away than it does to do with the quality of the headphones. What I mean specifically by that is I'm more likely to get an offer for a free review of something that's rated #1 on Amazon.com, because what they'll do is they'll send me a code to reclaim one off Amazon, and that helps pump them up in the Amazon rankings as well. So when you see that a lot of reviewers are reviewing things that are #1 rated, it's not that they made them #1 rated. Yeah, bestsellers. You'll see that the bestsellers are actually typically, it's like a sponsored, just having me review it means that they have one extra sale, even though they don't really. Justin Boulanger says, do you use lead-based solder, and if so, do you need ventilation, etc.? You need ventilation no matter what type of solder you use. But no, I don't use leaded solder. I use lead-free solder. The stuff I use is Kester solder, and you can actually find a link to that in the About section below. If you go directly down here, or if you're on mobile, it's over in this corner, that V. If you click on that, you can go and see the solder that I use. You'll see it on Amazon through an affiliate link that I have in the About section or video description section below. That's the stuff that I use, the Kester stuff. It's really good. It melts really consistency, and if you use a temperature controlled soldering iron like I do with my Hacko, I'll use a soldering cam later, Justin. If you haven't seen the solder cam before, it looks like this. So you'll get an up-close view of what soldering looks like for me. I lost my train of thought. But basically, yeah, check out that Kester stuff. It's properly good. Properly good. What was the other question? Pete, do you still have that Varmillo electrostatic keyboard? Would be great to see a review of that. I do have the Gert. I do still have that. But I've done the review. You can go and watch that on a past live stream. And I'm going to be, that is one of the few things I'm still going to be editing down, for my Saturday mornings. But it just takes more and more time. To do a better and better review, I need to spend more time doing it. So that's why I'm running out of time, and why I've decided not to continue just making crap all the time, and instead to focus on doing things properly. So a very long-winded answer to a very simple question. Justin, that's awesome that you've joined the keyboard community with such vigor and affliction. Yeah, stick around, and the solder cam will be coming up shortly. I don't want to put a time frame on it, really. What I can tell you is I'm an hour and 20 minutes into this live stream, and they are capped. The 4K live streams are capped at 4 hours, so I will get as far as I can in the amount of time that's remaining. Just see how far we can get here. I saw the live stream first impressions of that Vermilla board. Did you talk about long-term impressions on another stream that I missed? No, I haven't. I haven't really given it a long-term road test yet. Basically, I did that and then went on my Christmas holiday, and I have not had a chance to long-term road test it. My initial impression, though, was very good, and I pulled it out and shared it with JB recently, who had a similar feeling. Very smooth, very nice, consistent feel across all the key presses. It's a damn proper good board. And I spoke to the people at Vermillo about it, and they're really excited about it coming out as well. So, yeah, all signs seem to indicate that it's going to be a real winner for them. Justin, were you able to find that link in the About section? It's the Kester solder that I use. That link is in the About section below. You know what a real pain in the butt about these switches is? These are PCB mount, and I'm desperate to clip them. So this will be 60 of the 87 that I need to put together. So I have one more tray to do before we're all done here. Gert says, I'm going to try and make a solder ventilation with a spare 140mm PC case fan I have lying around. Need some cardboard funneling the fumes out the window. Need to get some kind of USB hub to power it. No kidding. That's exactly what I've got over here. Take a look at this thing. So what I did was I stuck two 140mm CPU fans together. You can see I put a piece of filter in between the two, and then a grill in the front so I can't touch the blades, and then by putting those long screws in it, I made it so it stand up. And then I put the two of them, they both have USBs, so I put the two of them into this USB hub, and that's how I powered it. No kidding. Rigidity is the key. Oh, love you, Creamy. How are you, man? It's good to see you. That's round two. Dane Carter says, one keyboard when I started watching, now too many. Thanks. Thank you, Dane Carter. Dane has been an ongoing supporter of this channel, and I thank you very much, Dane. Thank you for that, buddy. For $2, which puts us at 213, which, again, doing our ratios and fractions, puts us at exactly 213 450ths of the way there. We're almost halfway there. We're $12 off being halfway there, so that's pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. So some of the other stuff that I've tried to do on this channel, I mean, I've done some stuff successfully and I've done a lot of stuff unsuccessfully. One of the other things I tried to do was some vlogging. And man, that is tough. Respect to people who vlog. This is where things get funny because JB, check it out. I've actually done my own. I've already opened a whole bunch of my own cherry. So I'm going to pop these in here to make my life a little bit easier. What is that? It's in base 16 notation. So this $450 is the target that I'm trying to get get a 4K 360 camera so you can get a view around One Up Keyboards HQ. So I put that target up late last year, and I'm still working my way towards the goal. We're almost 50% of the way there. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so through Patreon. You can buy me a cup of coffee in the About section below. Or you can use Super Chat for those of you who are in the live stream now. Excuse me. There's 40 people watching with 36 likes. If you're here and would like to contribute to the show, you can do so with Super Chat, or if you can't contribute with Super Chat, I totally understand. A great way to contribute to the stream is by pressing like and pressing subscribe. So any which way you can contribute to the show is greatly appreciated. If it's a like, that's great. If it's a like and subscribe, that's even better. If it's a like, subscribe, and something on the Super Chat, well, I definitely appreciate it a whole heck of a lot. To base 16 in your head. You think I can get to base 16 on a 450? I'm trying to do it now. Eight. Dane, your feet aren't even wet yet, man. Until you hit the does. I've made 8 keyboards on this stream since October. What are you talking about? Too many keyboards. What? Just teasing. I figure I've got enough keyboards when I have one of every switch and every size. Dominic Presecki, make more Raspberry Pi videos. That is totally the plan. If you were around earlier and you heard me talking about the plans for 2018, you'll know that part of the plan is to make more Raspberry Pi videos. And in fact, I got 2 awesome Raspberry Pi things just off to the side here. Let me show you what they are. These are both going to be coming up very soon. First, I got a 10-inch Raspberry Pi screen, or a 10-inch Raspberry Pi display. That'll be on the live stream soon. And I also got this Raspberry Pi Smart Car video kit for Raspberry Pi. I'm going to build that on the live stream too. So there's definitely some Raspberry Pi stuff coming. There's definitely tons more Raspberry Pi stuff for 2018. Definitely look forward to that. So do stick around. If you came here for the Raspberry Pi stuff and you're like, why? What's going on with the thing? That's what's going on with the thing. Stick around. Justin, I recommend that you buy quality. And I was telling the story earlier about me living in New Zealand, and I bought a shitty soldering iron and I wrecked a bunch of stuff. I just want you to be aware that you can wreck stuff by having a shitty iron. $30. Can you get one of those $30 ones that has the temperature control on it? If it doesn't have to be necessarily full temperature control, But even if you could like turn up the dial and turn down the dial, you're probably going to be getting something that's a little bit better than if you don't get that. So I was going to stop there, but I changed my mind a little bit because I want to have it one extra one. What do I do with that bag in them now? Yeah, and this is weird because I've got to pop these ones open just to get at the stuff, the internals, but then I need to put the bits and pieces in something else. I mean to have 3 endgame keyboards, a linear, a tactile, and a clicky, that I really like across different form factors too. Yeah, that's a good way to, that's a good place to be, man. With 38 people watching and 36 likes, I know that there's 2 people out there who haven't smashed that like button already. If you could do me the favor of smashing that like button, I would definitely appreciate it. Cool, cool, cool. And skiwithpete, I'd try the video project because I'm working. I'd love to try. I'd try to video the project I'm working on as this RPipe race. The overtime of the routing, as it's not my forte, finding the right caps. Yeah, but still, you should document it, even if it's just with pictures. You can still later on put those pictures, you know, in an explanation thing. You can put them to music and just try your best to document it. Again, it's going to be difficult for you to explain it to people afterwards if you don't document it. So, and people will ask, trust me. So just do your best to document it as you go along the way. I know that Steph has had videos that were actually turned into stills. You know, people have turned them into WikiHows. So, you know, it's totally worth you doing that, in my humble opinion. I'm not familiar with that one, but that's not to say it's not a good one. I personally stick to Hakko's, and I know Weller makes some really nice ones, but it's just based on my experience having had shitty ones. But you know, if you recommend it, I'm sure that it is decent indeed. That's the whole point of having mods around here. Yeah, Dan Carter. That's that. Oh no, it's a different one. Let me see what you got here. Oh, it says you're taking a wrong turn. Imgur.com. No. Did I miss a letter or something? Why is it not working? Don't know what you did, Dane. Alright, just keep going here, keep going. I think I may have done one of these incorrectly, so I'm gonna. Q13HL doesn't work for me, Dane. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Is it private or something? No, it doesn't work for me. Ooh, those are nice. Who just posted those? Jesper Lundqvist. Here, let me show you. Let me show you guys what those look like. Two projects that he's just made here. Let's go over to tester. There you go. Now you can see. Oh, that's the super chats there. And then Jesper Lundqvist has made this. That's pretty dope. Nice. Oh, real nice. Yeah. Real nice there, man. It's a hand wire too. Beauty. Cool. And the other one is this one. Wow, that's real nice too. Top work there, Jesper. Top work, man. Take a look at that soldering iron. Do you have a soldering iron link? Oh, Banggood. Yeah, but if you're gonna spend $49 from, why not just spend $90? And you know what I'm saying? You're so close. You should just buy the Hakko, man. You can find Hakkos for like $75. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I believe you if you put your recommendation behind it, but I don't know that one enough to. $37 likes with 37 watching. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. Boom. Don't forget today's stream is in full 4K, so you guys can watch this in ultra high definition. I wonder what they're going to do when they go to 8K. Like, what are you going to call it after you got ultra? I don't know. Super. Supreme. I don't know why I'm putting half of these on now. I just thought, don't let me screw them up. Put them down while you can. Uber HD. Ubered. Yeah, I can't wait to get back to more Raspberry Pi stuff, if I'm honest. That's that was some really fun stuff, and I definitely am looking forward to it. And of course, there's a way to combine my love of keyboards with my love of Raspberry Pis, and that's going to be a fun crossover too. I know that that's a project that Brian McWhirт is up to at the moment. All right. You know what? I'm going to take a break here from this by showing off this week's, it's not this week, it's this month's giveaway. Just going to put this in place here. Pop this little guy out. I'm going to go to this week's giveaway. So for those of you who weren't here earlier, don't forget that there is an amazing giveaway for the month of January. Let's just go through what's in that. The giveaway includes these stickers from awesome mechanical keyboard companies from around the internet. OneUpKeyboards.com. There's a bigger sticker from OneUpKeyboards.com. There's also one from Cooler Master, one from OLKB.com, the makers of the Plank. They're totally cool. MechanicalKeyboards.com, and 2 stickers from Hungerworks Studios. Totally awesome stuff. There's also this awesome keycap puller from Hua, which is a division of Hollyops. And the big prize, the OneUp Keyboards black limited edition PCB from Gone. The Gone Nerd, 60%. This is the gold connector edition logo, one-up keyboard logo. You totally want to check that out. All of this is in the giveaway. To participate in the giveaway, all you need to do is be subscribed to this channel and then go into the About section below and click on the gleam.io link. The gleam.io link. Brotaku, happy Monday morning to you. Oh. Well, I've been that hunched over for that long. It's starting to do my neck in. This, put this down in here. All right. So don't forget to go check out that giveaway. It is open internationally, so even if you live in some far-flung place like New Zealand, Brotaku, then you too can participate in the giveaway for that totally dope PCB. And the stickers. And the keycap puller. Cool. Just keeping on. For those of you just tuning in, these are switches direct from the Cherry factory in Germany, and as such, they have inside of them these extra little diodes that are unnecessary unless you are manufacturing a large scale. At scale. So because of that, each switch needs to be opened individually and that little diode pulled out. So that's what I'm up to. Just getting inside of these, each one of them here. You got to go one at a time. Hey Pete and JB, how is it that one-up Southpaw keypad and numpad project been coming along? That actually you should be asking Nice and Creamy as well on that. We're co-collabing with him on that project. It's coming slowly, is the truth. As I was explaining earlier, we are in a situation of limited resources over here at one-up keyboards, so it's not possible to simply do everything all at once, but it's definitely something we want to keep coming at. Geo Strebber says, I only live 25 minutes away from the Cherry factory. That's awesome. Well, more like 40 under realistic traffic conditions. That's cool, though. Have you been in there for a tour? Totally, I would go in there for a tour. Oh, last row here. Well, guys, I have to be honest with you and tell you that my shoulder, it's getting pretty tight. Steph was having a problem with her shoulder right before the stream, and I seem to have taken it from her. How's your shoulder doing, Steph?
Yeah, it's still not alright.
Usually we swap. Like if one of us has a headache, the other one gets it as the other one's goes away. But it sounds like we both have shoulder pains now. Yeah, dumpster diving. That sounds like fun. Go over there, see. Oh, you're just throwing out a whole bunch of stems? What? I could use a whole bunch of stems. Oh. GeoStrubber just looked to see if they had tours, and they don't.
Aw.
I know. Tell him you're a YouTuber. Tell him you're a vlogger, and you want to go check it out. That you're involved in the keyboard community. And that they should fly me over to go through it with you. JB went nuts and did too many of these. Is that what happened?
Yeah.
Dude, I can't believe you could possibly do too many of these. I am broken only halfway through. No, I'm more than halfway through. Guys, this is a first for me, but oh, I'm really suffering here. Tell them you're from the internet. That's enough of a reason to give you a tour. I'm Pete. I'm here from the internet. And trust me when I say they certainly won't give you a tour with that sort of attitude. You go, nah, I don't think I really deserve a tour around here, but I'd like one anyways. They typically go, nah, no. Yeah, Linus and Luke went on a factory tour. No, I am definitely aware of that. Excuse me. 2 more to go. Linus and Luke are also Canadian. Yeah. All the good YouTubers are Canadian. There's me. There's Linus. There's one of my friends, which is MKME Lab. He's a really nice guy. The guy who's doing the Iron Man project, he's also Canadian. Who else? That's enough, right? That's enough. I've basically listed all the best people on YouTube right then. Okay, I need to do one more, but this one is a special one because I want to put in a different spring because this is going to be a space bar. Steph, I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue here. Do you want to take over the stream?
No.
Oh, man. These are Panda Springs. That's what I'm going to go for. Just one Panda Spring for the space bar. And so I'm going to color this one. I got a white marker just behind me here. Oh boy, that is one stiff back and neck. So you know the white one's got two? Oh, this one. It's like white out, this stuff. But if you just put a little bit of it on the bottom, you can tell which switch has the spring in it. Oh. Take these bits and pieces, put them back in here. I feel like I had some sort of separate bag. What do you think about my currently planned sleeper keyboard build? Retrofit a Logitech G710 with 65 gram Zelios. That's totally cool. I think that sleeper boards is the new hot thing, really. I built a sleeper Poker 2 not long ago with Zelios and a fully programmable not a GH60, a Gone Nerd 60, and it was totally worth it. People don't know. They come over to your keyboard and they're like, "Oh, it's a nice keyboard, I guess." And you're like, "Yeah, well, these keycaps just don't give you the half of it." I'm just in time sorted for a build. It says piece of lettuce. Yeah, man. We're building. Although I have done my back in. I don't know where these pieces came from. That's weird. They ended up in here, but whatever. Okay, boys. Well, I'm going to take a quick break and run to the little boys' room for a second. So I will be gone just for a second. But I will be back in no time at all. Guys, I'm really sorry to let you down, but I've just stood up to do some stretching, and I'm really uncomfortable. So I'm going to pull up this build short, and I'll continue it later on in the week. I'm really sorry about that. Not at all planned. My back just tightened up a bit. I stood up to do a little bit of stretching just then, and I actually hurt it. But so much as I don't want to sit up and do that, let's hang out for 5 more minutes. Let's hang out for 5 more minutes just while I get things a little bit cleaned up on the desktop here. Because I can still need to... Oh, no. Actually, nope. That's enough for me. Oh, man. What have I done? So it was my shoulder and neck that were hurting a second ago, but then I tried to stretch out my back, and now my back is killing. Oh, and I can't even sit in the chair. Well, fun times. Maybe I'll change the title of the time that Pete was fixing switches and hurt his back. What the heck? Thank you very much to everybody who stopped by today. Piece of lettuce, I'm really sorry, man. You just showed up and you were so excited that you were going to see the build. And what have I done? I've canned it on you. Oh. I will, I'll make it up though. I will catch you guys later on in the week. I'll try to do a midweek stream, or at worst, Friday night or something. I don't know what I've done. I can't get comfortable even. Switch over to this and stand up. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if you can hear it cracking. It's like a piece of lumber. But thank you again to everybody who tuned in. I'm sorry. J.S. Trevor says you're weak. Your genes are weak, and you won't survive the winter. The way to get around that is concrete pills. You just harden right up. It's been awesome hanging out with you guys. I'm sorry to have to cut it short. I will look to catch you up all again very soon. Don't forget to join the giveaway. Don't forget. Let me show that off again. Don't forget to join the giveaway. It's for this awesome stuff here. It's for this keycap puller. These awesome stickers. 2 from Hungerworks Studios, OLKB, mechanicalkeyboards.com, Cooler Master, and of course 1UP Keyboards. There's another 1UP Keyboard sticker there, and the big prize, which is this 60% fully programmable keyboard PCB from 1UP Keyboards and Gone. Limited edition black ROHS compatible. It is fully hot. Go check that out. Thank you again to everybody. I am going to go ice my back or something now. Just keep stretching it, I guess. Thank you again to everybody who tuned in. I'm sorry to cut it off short, but thank you again. Don't forget to go check out the Discord. The link is in the About section below. I will try to get comfortable and then check in on you guys over there. Of course, go check out the giveaway in the About section below. It's the gleam.io link. And I will see you guys back again very soon. Thank you to everybody who pressed like. Thank you to all the mods who came by and helped everybody out. Oh, I'm going to see if I can get this back thing sorted. Sorry about that, guys. Only a 2-hour stream today, but I'll be back again very soon. I promise that, indeed. Take care, guys.